So you're thinking about booking the Carnival Radiance. I got a list of 5 misses, 5 hits, my final thoughts, and if I would rebook it again. So let's get into the Carnival Radiance here just shortly. First off, my name is Paul. Our channel is High Seas Paul and Cindy. We just wrapped up a great series on the Carnival Radiance. We did great vlogs on that, covered a lot of ground, covered the specialty dining. We're getting into the Carnival Panorama. We did a side-by-side cruise there in Long Beach. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so we're getting into the misses here. Well, the number 5 miss, going all the way up to number 1. And we're going to start off with the negative first. We'll move into the positive. We'll put it all together, put a nice bow on it for you, and I'll let you know if I've rebooked that ship and my final thoughts on the Carnival Radiance. So the number 1 miss that I had with the Carnival Radiance is we sailed on it when it was out of Miami and it was the Carnival Victory. We really had a great cruise on that. When our vlogs, I think we did a couple of little comparisons there. The problem I had is when we sailed on it on the Victory, it had 2 large jacuzzis in the Serenity deck, which made the sea days really amazing, relaxing, and we really enjoyed that. Well, unfortunately, after the remodel, they're down to just 1 jacuzzi up there on that big Serenity deck now. So a lot of great, remodels, as far as the Serenity deck up there, but definitely that size of ship. And when you add an extra 300 plus cabins and quite a few hundred people, I think you need more public areas for pools, jacuzzis, and stuff like that. And so we'll get into number 4 now. Number 4, and again, this is kind of a small thing, is the piano bars in those enclosed rooms. I kind of like, if you've caught our Carnival Magic vlogs, I like the big open piano bars that kind of go outside in case you have a really large crowd, because sometimes you have people just packing in that piano bar and it just gets a little too claustrophobic in there. Or you just want to enjoy a conversation and, hear the music or people watch or something like that. So I'm not a big fan of these enclosed piano bars. I like the overflow where it overflows into a nice relaxation area where, you can still talk and you can still hear the piano music. So that's just my opinion, and that's a small thing. So let's get into the next couple here. So the next one's going to be the casino. On the remodel there, they made the one flaw that the Victory had is there was a flow problem, and they had to completely change deck 5 because that was probably, to me, the worst thing on the Carnival Victory. So they had to reconfigure the flow there on the 5th deck, and they kind of rerouted the casino and took some of the casino away. Doesn't affect me so much because I'm not a big casino person. On one of the sea nights, I was thinking about, playing a machine, and as I walked through, it was really packed in there. And keep in mind, we were on a sailing that was just not even 1,100 people. So we were at like 35%. And the casino was full. So I definitely would think that's going to be a problem, a little bit of a miss if you're going at a high occupancy sailing there. I think the casino, they made it a little too small, but I understand why they had to refigure that whole 5th deck. And that kind of leads me into the other problem that I see with this ship. Again, we didn't really run into the problem because we were at low occupancy. We were at 35%, 1,100 people. And I've ran into this problem when we did the Sunshine and the Sunrise. And these are the older ships like the Victory that they kind of remodel, and they take away the back theaters and a lot of the public space area, and they add a lot of rooms. I think you would run into a problem at high occupancy, and now they're selling 100% now that the mass, everything's been taken away, they're going to try to fill up the ship. And the problem we had on the Sunrise and this class of ship now is when it's packed, you're really hurting for pool areas, pool chairs. It's definitely pushed in the MDR, so they have like guys and other places serving breakfast. So public space and relaxation is going to be a bit of a problem if you're selling at a high occupancy. But if you know it's low occupancy and they're doing low sailings, it's not going to be an issue. But that's just something I want to put out there, you know, on the misses on these style ships is, you know, they did take away a lot of areas for people. So, and they added a lot more room. So just keep that in mind that these ships tend to get crowded at full sailings. All right, and let's get into the number one miss there. So the number one miss is going to be the fact that they're only doing 3 and 4 day sailings. That's a bit of a disappointment. And, you know, you don't get a lot of the advantages you would normally get on a 5 and 7 day sailing. You don't get a captain's party. You don't get an open bar, dude, you know. So speaking of open bar, this show is called Sip and Grind, and we're going to have a nice sip on here on this Knob Creek 9. So all in all, my friends, I don't think there's a lot of heavy misses on here. And I think if you're selling at 70% or less, none of these are really going to be an issue unless you kind of got a problem with, you know, if you're like me and you like a bigger open piano bar. But really, these are not big deals, guys. It's a beautiful ship. And, you know, it's a bummer there's only 3 and 4 day. You know what I think? I think they need to move that ship to Galveston, because I know we'd fill it up down in Galveston. So I don't know what's going on in California, but I think they need to get on that Carnival Radiance and support the cruise ships, the cruise line, and the cruise people, because all in all, it's a great ship. And those were small negatives, guys. So let's get into the positives, and I'll really let you know what I loved about the Carnival Radiance, and we'll wrap it up and put a bow on it. All right, my friends. If you haven't, hey, check out our channel. Think about subscribing if you love great cruise content. We're getting ready to go on Royal Caribbean up in Alaska. We're throwing out a couple videos a week. Hit those bell notifications. My name is Paul. High Seas Paul on Instagram. Do a lot of bourbon picks, cruise picks, all that kind of fun stuff. Cocktails, beer. You know, just living the high seas life, guys, when we're out there. And so we appreciate the support for everybody. Thank you for watching. And let's get into the 5 great things that I really like about the Carnival Radiance. And most of these, I think, are great improvements from when it was the Victory. Number 1 is the main theater. The sound system, the lighting, everything is just improved. I love it. They got a bar in the back. I can stop in, get a cocktail. I can hang out there if I want to watch the show. You get there early, you can get right up front. They've got tables sitting around the side. You can pull it up. No, there's a lot of people out there that are complaining. They like the old style with the fixed little tables in there. But, you know, I'm there to watch a show. They got a bar in there. I can get a drink. They got great service. And it's not going to kill me to hold a drink. Or, you know, like I said, they got tables there you can pull up. And they've got them out there for you, as you'll see in our vlogs. And probably the number 4 thing that I love about the Radiance here, and this is a major improvement from the Victory, is the complete flow on the 5th deck. It was horrible when it was the Victory. You could, between the casino and the, you know, the sushi restaurant and all the formal, I mean, it was like gridlock on formal nights in the evenings. You had to like kind of weave your way in and out of people. You'd have to stop and let 20 people go by before you could squeeze through. So they made major improvements on that. Thank you. That's a great feature. Number 3 thing that I really loved about the Carnival Radiance that I think they made some great improvements on. And in this segment, number 3 here, I'm going to say the number 1 is Shaq's Big Chicken. And if you caught my vlogs, Mardi Gras, Radiance, you know I love Shaq's Big Chicken. So I love that Uncle Jerome. And of course I love those chicken strips. It's great, guys. So if you get on a ship with Shaq's Big Chicken, it's a must-have. And they, you know, they did some nice renovations there. They did a great job with the pig and anchors out there in the aft. That's in the vlog. If you haven't checked out the vlogs, check out our Carnival Radiance vlogs if you're interested. And we've basically got a ship tour throughout our vlogs. And our embarkation day, I did a great little video section there on the guys picking anchor, seating out there. They did a great job. And of course, the steakhouse was remodeled. It's a little tight, but it's okay. And then, Cucina del Capitan, did a great job there. Our vlogs are there. Really large restaurant. I almost think they should have made that the steakhouse and moved that over to the, where the steakhouse is now. But all in all, there's some great new food venues there. And if I was in the area, I would cruise it just to eat Shaq's every day. That's how much I love Shaq's Big Chicken. So, and then let's see. The Alchemy area. I really like how they set everything up there, and they made the Alchemy very comfortable. Seaside viewing, large bar area. A little disappointing there's no stage like they had on the Pride there for a little music, but it's very tucked away. I like tucked away Alchemies. I like the Ocean Plaza Alchemies. Not a big fan of the ones on the Vista class, how they have them off the highway there, as I call it, with so much foot traffic. I guess it's good if you want to have a cocktail and people watch. But we're getting to number one here. The number one thing that I loved about the Carnival Radiance. And if you're a follower, you probably already know this one. You already know where we're headed. So what are we drinking on Sip and Grind Cruise Chat today, Paul? We're drinking good old Knob Creek 9. That's probably my favorite straight up neat bourbon in that $20 to $30 range. It's and drinking it neat is the way that I prefer drinking that Knob Creek 9. I love it. And got to have some good bourbon. We got the Kentucky Derby right there behind me, getting ready to set off this weekend. We'll have to make a Kentucky Derby cocktail with that right there. I'm gonna see if I can find another bottle of that. I'll probably drink one bottle and keep one for I don't know, maybe I'll start collecting them. So without further ado, let's get to the number one thing that I love about the Carnival Radiance. Number one is the Red Frog Pub. Yes, it's great. And it works out great on that 4-day and that 3-day cruise. And if you haven't caught my videos on how to get cheap alcohol on a ship, that's how you do it, is the Red Frog. They have happy hour and embarkation day. And depending on how long your cruise is, they'll do it on certain other port days too. So you got to keep an eye out that. Or just take care of your bartenders, make some friends. They'll give you the 411 on everything there. And as you've seen from my blogs, I'm walking out with a case of unopened beer there, loading up my fridge. So I love these Red Frog pubs. They always have great live bands in them. Amazing, guys. They had great music on the Radiance, and the Red Frog Pub is always great band. And, it's just, I love it. I love the shuffleboard, the foosball. It's just a cool place to hang out. That's definitely one thing that I really love on the new Carnival Radiance. And they did a great job on the remodel. I already mentioned this. The ship still, when I walked on, I thought I was getting in a new car. You can still smell all the brand new carpet and all the brand new furniture. It's a beautiful ship. I did mention, it could be a bit tight at higher occupancy, but get out there while it's slow, get out there while it's slow and get out there and enjoy that ship. So the big question is, would I book the Carnival Radiance again? If I lived in LA or somewhere that was easy to get to it, I would. And I can't understand why people in Southern California aren't flooding that for like just a 3-day weekend getaway or a 4-day I would recommend going on the week because it won't be as many people. I've heard the weekend cruises get a little fuller there. But yeah, what a great opportunity for people in California just to drive on there and get on a quick cruise, have a nice 3-4 day weekend getaway there, get down to Ensenada. Went down to Ensenada for the first time. That was a lot better than I thought. We've got a great little video on that, on what we did. So I would not recommend flying out. I would never leave the Midwest to go just cruise on that ship for 3 or 4 days. It's just not going to happen. I wouldn't recommend anyone, traveling across the country for a few days. But if you find yourself like we did, and we were going on the Panorama, and we're like, hey, instead of staying at a hotel or resort or sightseeing, let's do another cruise. So I highly recommend it for a side-by-side cruise. And yeah, if I ever go back to California and cruise again, I would definitely cruise on it again, and I would definitely recommend it for you guys to cruise on, especially, you know, if you're traveling so far. I think that's the way to do it. I would not just travel there to go on a 3 or 4 day cruise. But that all being said, it was a great time. We had a lot of fun, and we're going to wrap it up here. And you guys stay tuned. We got a lot of panorama. We got the 50-year party celebration. So we did our share on there. So check it out, guys. And we'll see you on the high seas. Take care, my friends. Cheers. Bye.